Okay, 3 headlines for you guys really quick. First, long-term Bitcoin holders are profitable for the first time in 11 months. Bitcoin miners too, Jen, according to Bitcoin data. Bitcoin held on Binance surges to a record high of 692,000 BTC. That's the highest since the collapse of FTX in November. And for our last one, Bitcoin is poised to reclaim crypto spotlight. That's according to a research group. I like all these headlines. I don't know about you guys. I mean, it's good stuff. Wendy, as a trader, what are your thoughts on these?
I mean, everybody actually loves to trade Bitcoin. Like, that's generally the first asset people go to trade, and I still actively trade Bitcoin. I don't think that Bitcoin never left the spotlight. It's always been a very big conversation. Also, too, I'm very into like SEO and paying attention to what's trending. Bitcoin has, I want to say on TikTok and on Google Trends, Bitcoin has the most hashtags in the entire crypto industry, which is important to note. The reason why is that's what people are looking to when they like look for different crypto news or NFT news, et cetera. So that just goes to show. And then in regards to Bitcoin miners finally becoming profitable, that makes me happy. And I will say that way back in 2017, there wasn't a lot of resources for Bitcoin miners. They needed to take profit. They had to sell their Bitcoin. They had to go to OTC desks. Now we have different types of loans that they can get and all different types of services, which are actually helping the industry so that these miners don't collapse, get liquidated, and have to sell everything and kind of restart fresh. Because as you know, building a mining farm is very expensive. It takes a lot of time, and we need these for the network.
I mean, I'm with Berenberg. I think Bitcoin has kind of lost a little bit of that spotlight. It's the OG. It's the one that got most of the people in this room to start with. But for a long time, there wasn't much to be said about Bitcoin. Ethereum was advancing with the merge. There was all sorts of cool stuff going on there. The future of finance was being built on Ethereum. Now you have Bitcoin reclaiming the spotlight because you have things being built on it. You have ordinals, which kicked off a lot of buzz.
I was going to say that ordinals kicked off this potential bull run. We love ordinals.
And then all of a sudden you have a banking crisis in which Bitcoin is seen as like a flight to safety. So the fact that sort of those narrative things are like clicking into place and people are sort of seeing Bitcoin in a bit of a new light, like makes me agree that it is a bit of a reclamation of the spotlight relative to Ethereum and other quicker and more exciting networks out there in the world. But hey.
Fair dad take, fair dad take.
I'm with Zach on this. We talked about NFTs for so long and all this other stuff, and now we're talking about like the Bitcoin white paper being on Apple computers. We're talking about Gary Gensler saying Bitcoin is potentially the only crypto that's not a security.
Now,
and I think
who knows in a month from now?
What?
Who knows from a month from now?
Who knows what that man will say?
Can't tell what that man can't do it.
But I mean, I think there's a regulatory angle here too, right? Bitcoin is not being looked at by regulators the same way as all other cryptos are. And so I think it's being seen as a little bit safer, especially for people who are getting into the space, learning about Bitcoin first, because let's face it, Bitcoin has that brand behind it when we talk about cryptocurrency. And so I think it makes sense that Bitcoin is redeeming the spotlight, and now we even have NFT projects that are on top of Bitcoin. And so I'm with it.
Yes.
This is the bell curve.
Yes.
This is the bell curve. Here's the midwit takes right here. You guys are on the ends, all right?
Which one's which?
I don't know. Hard to say.
Oh, you know
Hard to say.
what? We're getting a ring next year, and gloves off, man. Gloves off.
Sounds good.